All right, good afternoon or good evening or good morning, whatever time it is for you. This is Wags, Chicago. Today's date is April 26th, and the year is 2021. Yeah, right. That being said, I'm getting people calling me as well as messages and so forth that they're getting pressure from family, friends, especially family more than anything, to do the old icky sticky. And even threatening to divorce people if they don't do it, like, or pin them down and make them take it if they still keep refusing. No joke. Those are real people I've talked to. So I felt when I saw this video for whatever reason pop in my timeline, which is the third time something to do with personalities has popped into my feed for whatever reason, and I never researched this. So that's kind of weird. Yeah. Since Saturday, by the way. And I'll probably do something on the other two videos. They're really creepy. Creepily accurate. That must be the AI, okay? That being said, let's get to this. To all you going against the grain is where I left it in the beginning, but let's start this over. This, I don't even know who this is. Hang on. Motivation Empire down here. Whoever they are, 174,000 views. 2019, this is published, December 6th. I'm not going to play this sound, otherwise you'd hear the guy, whoever the guy in this video speaks this poem out or whatever this is. And let's read it. Here we go. First of all, it starts out, never EFFFF with someone who isn't afraid to be alone. You'll lose every single time. Well, that caught my eye. And it says in the title, Lone Wolf. Huh? Why is this in my inbox, first of all? That's the first question I had. Like, what? Because that's a weird term if you're not talking about real wolves. And then it says amazing motivational speech. So let's take a look. Now, here's what it says. Just weird. All right. So never F with someone who's not afraid to be alone. You'll lose. And here's why. Here we go. I'm waiting for it. It's not easy going it alone, but if you keep going, stay true to yourself. It will be worth it in the end. The hardest walk you can make is the walk you make alone. But that is the walk that makes you the strongest. That is the walk that builds your character the most. To all of you fighting battles alone, to all of you going against the grain, battling the naysayers, we know who they are, stay strong. Keep going. Stay strong. Keep going. This walk is hard, but the hardest walks lead to the greatest destinations. The toughest climbs always lead to the best views. It will be worth it in the end. And if you show what you are made of, the right people will show up in your life. Will won't be a lone wolf forever. I think that said you won't be a lone wolf forever. You have qualities only a few can admire because most don't possess. You have strength only few can understand because most have never experienced. So don't give in. Don't settle. Don't lower your expectations to fit into this world. You were born to stand out. You were born to lead. Lead the pack. So I'm going to pause there for a second. These people that are now, because of PR by Dr. Bernays, who invented the whole system of PR for politics and then governments, etc., they're using his, he's the nephew, I believe, of Sigmund Freud. Go figure. He is the reason all these 100 million people were tricked so easy. And why the people listening to my channel, and maybe run into this later, if you're new to the channel, I can't speak freely anymore on the internet, at least. So I talk in weird. If you ever have a question of what I'm saying, just ask somebody in the chat or post it, and they will probably. There's people on this channel every day that can answer them for you. Because if I say it, you know, Zapola, it goes. And you people may feel you're alone right now because there's so many people not speaking, but they still think like you. So you're not alone in the general, hey, I don't think I want to do a certain, like, let's say they had an experiment for experimental car. I'm out until you get that thing certified and tested, and a bunch of other people drive that new car, like these new battery cars and so on. I'll wait. How about that? And I'm seeing people doing that too. They don't care about what's in it, what make and model, and the engine that's in that car, etc. But they don't really need a new car. You know what I mean? Their old car is doing them good. The engine's running. They took care of it. They changed the oil on their current car. So why get a car that didn't pass, F or whatever regulations their cars are under, Or let's go to the store and get some meat that's USDA approved, right? Or for free, by the way, you could do this for free. I'll let you go get meat from the guy in the van at the corner. It's good meat. You could trust me because I got a lab coat on and I said, hey, I'm paying for that. Well, I'm not, but you are, but you don't know you're paying for it, but whatever. It's free. That was the argument for a guy to say he was going to hold down his wife, by the way, because it's free. That's the only reason he wants it. He has no idea why he even wants it, except that it's free. Are we this? Riri? Really? So, my point is, I've been my whole life a big mouth. And always, for whatever reason, I'll show you in the other video, I'll tell you why, that got sent to me somehow by AI. The algo picked up that I needed a lesson in personalities, right? But it's really accurate. That's very creepy. So A+ to whoever did that. And this is the third one, this video you're watching right now. In case it was just the AI. So, but it comes in handy because we'll take what you're effing with me with, I'll turn into a lesson. How about that? So don't give up. Stay punching up. If you punch sideways, fix it and go up again. Try not to ever punch down because you're just wasting your time. If you notice, I don't argue with people on any of the interwebs. I don't go on Twitter. I'll post stuff on Twitter that I know is right or funny. I like funny because I like to make fun out of this chaos we're in right now because it's funny sometimes. So, but I'll never let these pricks get some society, neighbors, family, anybody to convince me to do something that I know in my gut is out. See what I'm saying? So go by your gut instinct because they always say your gut is usually right. You know why? Because it's not emotional. And if you notice, I'm not emotional about nothing except when you're effing with people. Then I get a little emotional. But I'm just saying, you're not alone. Keep punching up. And then what's going to happen? I was just at I'm not going to even say the type of store. I'm at a store where you can be semi-free because they don't. But anyways, They said they're almost now worried about the people that are in the minority so far that took the icky sticky. See what I'm saying? Because of so many new types coming out, let's say, since that rollout. So they're worried because they're not going to do the icky sticky. Can they get sick? If you get what my meaning is. So they're thinking of putting on their store, can we do this? If you had the sticky, pound sand and get out of my, because I don't want to get sicky. So there you go. If you had the icky, I'll make the sign for him. If you've had the icky, I don't want to get sicky, so you're not welcome in my store. How about that? Something like that. Make a meme like that. I'm going to work on it after this video. And here's my point. Dogo, you can't do it. It's against everybody's rights. But what about my rights when you tell me to put the muzzle on? Because I don't. I never have. I've had people I know go on the phone with me go, they didn't arrest you? Why? Well, they're going to arrest you if you go in a... This is what the public thinks. These are people I know. You're not... What? You're going to get arrested for what? We still live in this country. We're still Americans. Act like it. To them. You guys, if you feel alone, because I guarantee you some of you are in the same boat, where your families are pressuring you, your wives, your spouse, your kids. Okay? So if they are, hold your line. Draw that. Not draw the line, but you got to stay on a fine line in this world. If you go too much off of one way, it's going to come back way the same amount. I'm saying don't be excited. You don't want excessive pleasure. You don't want excessive pain. So if you walk a tight line, usually you could avoid those swings. It's not good to be manic and it ain't good to be depressed all the time. Those are the two edges of the cycle or the spectrum, whatever you want to call it. Swag Chicago. Hope I help. I'm out.